what's up, everybody? Thank you for joining us again. If you've been struggling to come up with content consistently for Facebook, if you've been struggling to get engagement on your posts on Facebook, and if you feel like you're just kind of wasting your time creating content for Facebook because it's not really doing anything for your business, well, today I really think you're going to enjoy what I've got for you. I'm going to actually show you the only 3 types of content that you need to be creating on Facebook, not only to build your following, to build your authority, to get engagement, but also to fill your calendars with sales calls and actually get clients for your business, okay? So if that's you and you want to learn how to create Facebook that actually generates revenue for your business, then stick around because I think you're really going to like today, okay? So before I get started, I want to know who's joining us live. So there's a link if you're in the Facebook group that you can click that says StreamYard. Click that link and that will actually tell me your name. Your name will pop up when you post a comment. So actually click on that link and everybody tell me who's joining us live and what channel you're joining from. I know we're going live on Facebook, in the Facebook group. We're going live on YouTube. We're going live on LinkedIn. So if you're joining from one of those other channels or if you're joining from Facebook, let me know where you're joining from. And if you're one of those people that didn't get to join us live, I hope you get to watch the replay, and I want to know who gets to watch the replay. So drop replay into the comments if you got to watch this later on and didn't get to join us live. Also, if you're not already a member of the High Ticket with High Level Facebook group, if you're interested in joining that group, if you're joining from YouTube or LinkedIn or some other channel, somehow you got this video, then drop group into your comment section if you want to join that group. We've got a lot of exclusive content in there, a lot of resources, free training in there, and we go a little bit deeper inside the Facebook group. So if that's you, drop group into the chat, and I'll make sure that you get invited to the group. Again, let us know where you're joining from. Even let me know what town you're joining from if you're joining us live right now. Hey, Facebook user, click on that StreamYard link and I can actually see your name if you're in Facebook, okay? So the first thing I want to mention is, before we dive in, if you've been struggling with consistent content and you want to create more content that's getting engagement and starting conversations in the DM so you can fill your calendars, so you can get more appointments, and you've kind of struggled with that so far, it's really not your fault because nobody's actually given you a blueprint that works, a proven system that actually works to generate revenue for your business, okay? And without that blueprint, content creation can feel overwhelming. And if you're like me, your mind will start creating all these different tasks that keep you busy. And before you know it, you felt like you were going to create content that day. You planned on creating content that day, but you wake up at the end of the day, or you come to at the end of the day and you haven't created any content, okay? Have any of you felt like that before? You planned on creating content, you wanted to create content, but then you got busy with other tasks and you just never created the content. I've been there. I can't tell you how many times I've done that. So if that's you, I totally get it, and we're going to help you to kind of get over that hump today. Also, if you're worried that you'll never be able to create content that gets engagement, that actually gets revenue and generates revenue and gets clients for your business, I want you to know that you absolutely can. You really just need the right guidance, the right blueprint, and the right person to show you exactly what to do, and that's what we're going to do today, okay? So I know also a lot of experts, a lot of gurus out there say that, hey, you don't have to create content. There's no reason to create content. All you get to do is throw up an ad in a webinar funnel and you'll get rich, okay? And to a degree, that will work, but the thing that they don't tell you is you're not just going to throw up that webinar funnel and start running ads at it and it's just going to magically work all of a sudden. You're going to need to dial in that webinar. You're going to need to dial in your ads until they actually are profitable. It's not going to happen overnight. You can actually, if you don't know what you're doing, then you can spend a lot of money doing that. So I always like to start all of my stuff, and really most of my businesses have grown 100% organically. I love ads. I think they're great. They have their time and place. But I want to start to get some business and get some cash flow so I can pay for those ads. So a lot of experts out there are just saying, hey, go throw up that webinar funnel, you'll be fine, okay? There are also out there, some people out there that say, hey, just go cold message a bunch of people, pitch them your offer, you're going to fill your calendar with sales calls, and you're going to get rich, okay? The problem with that, and both of these things used to work, and they used to work a lot better, but I think we're getting to a tipping point where a lot of these strategies that used to work are not going to work anymore. With webinars, funnels, and ads, you've got the iOS updates, you've got the competition that's coming into the market there. You've also got, with cold messaging strangers, we all know that Messenger is oversaturated right now. Everybody is pitching their services, their offers, all that kind of stuff. So if that's your only strategy moving forward in the future, I think you're going to have a really tough road with that. And that is why I believe that content creation is so important, because it allows you to start to build authority, and it gives you a reason to reach out to people that are actually raising their hand, showing they're interested, okay? And don't you kind of think it's a little bit weird that all these gurus that are telling you, hey, don't create content, are actually out there creating a shit ton of content? You know, they've got a YouTube channel, they're posting on Instagram all the time, they have a podcast. You know, they have a Facebook group that they're promoting and going live in. These people are creating tons of content, and can you guess why? Because they know it works. Why do you think people like Russell Brunson create so much content? He's loaded. He doesn't have to do that. Why do you think Gary Vee does it? Why do you think anybody that's out there creating a ton of content that has a very successful business, why do you think they do that? Because it works, okay? It creates business, it creates revenue. So today, I'm going to show you how you can start consistently creating content. I know that's one of the biggest roadblocks that people have, not just for the sake of creating content. I don't want you out there just creating content to create content. I want you to create content that is actually going to move your business forward, help you get clients, and help you generate revenue. I'm going to show you how to do that today. So my goal for this training is to help a few different types of people. For those of you that are own an agency or a coaching business, or really any business out there where you have a particular niche that you can reach on Facebook, and you are on that kind of roller coaster ride of income, the income roller coaster. You know, some months you're crushing it and things are great. Some months you're barely paying your bills. So I want to help you to find a consistent way to get more clients. Also, a lot of you out there, maybe you're already an agency owner or a coach and you're absolutely crushing it, and you're just looking for another channel to add on top of your ads or whatever you're doing right now to generate clients. And I want to help you guys find that new channel. And then for you out there that are just starting out, I want to give you the easy button and help you skip all the learning curve of what to do, and give you the exact blueprint of what you need to be doing right now if you're going to use Facebook to generate clients, okay? So my ultimate goal for this training is to give you the exact type of content that you need to be using right now. I'm going to show you also how to promote that content so that you can actually get more people watching your content, get them to raise their hand and tell you they're interested, so you can have better messenger conversations, which is key here. And also that's going to fill your calendar and help you to have better sales conversations, because now they're seeing you all the time. They recognize your brand. They recognize that you can actually help them in your plan. And they start to believe that your plan, your system is going to work for them, okay? So if you want to go a little bit deeper and you want to get a little bit more one-on-one help with building out this content machine and some of the other things we do, like offer creation and messenger strategies, then if you would like to, jump on a call with myself or one of my team members and talk about how we can help you to do that, then type interested in the comments and we'll make sure to reach out with you. We'll schedule a phone call and we'll help you to move forward in your business. Okay, so why would you want to listen to me? Well, over the past, since 2010, I've grown 3 marketing agencies to high 6 figures. I've also grown 2 other businesses, a coaching business and a virtual assistant recruiting business, to mid 6 figures. And all of that has been done 100% organically. I've never used a single ad to grow my business, maybe a couple of ads. I won't say never used any ads, but I have used them very sparingly. And most of my business has been generated 100% organically, okay? So I've also been blessed to work with a lot of 7-figure coaches. I've been a high-level consultant, helping them build out things in high level. So I've seen their back end. I've also worked with several different 2 Comma Club award winners. So I know how these people have used content to grow their business. All of those people have used content to grow their business. I've seen what they've done. I've been able to reverse engineer it. And I put my own spin on that so that I can show you the things that I believe that work and actually have proven to work for my businesses. So before we get into the actual Facebook content frameworks that I'm going to show you today, I want to give you a little backstory on how I figured out that content was so powerful. So when I graduated from college in 2099, a long time ago, I actually was a day trader for 10 years. I loved it. It was great. You know, you didn't really have to deal with any people, but it wasn't really serving anybody. And it was, you know, I was making a lot of money and I didn't have to work that much. But honestly, it felt kind of, you know, it didn't feel like I was helping much of the world. I wasn't giving back to the world. Okay. So in 2008, you know, the credit crisis happened. It got a lot harder to make money trading. So in 2010, I actually quit trading altogether and I started my first marketing agency. I kind of taught myself how to market while I was trading. And that business was crushing it. We were going to high six figures, mid six figures. And we were an SEO company and we were using kind of gray hat techniques. A lot of you have heard this story before, but we were building backlinks very fast. We were crushing it for our clients. We were getting them on the first page very quickly within a couple of weeks. And then all of a sudden in 2011, Google releases their Penguin algorithm. And overnight, literally my clients lost all of their rankings. And I had to go to them and basically tell between my legs, say, hey, look, I am so sorry. I felt like a complete scumbag. I went to them and said, hey, I'm so sorry. I will do everything I can to fix this. Long story short, it actually ended up to be a blessing in disguise because I became a much better marketer from that. And that's when I found the book from Brian Halligan and Dharmesh Shah, if you're familiar with HubSpot, they're the founders of HubSpot. They wrote this book called Inbound Marketing. And so I read that book. I kind of drank the Kool-Aid. And it was all about inbound marketing is basically pull marketing. You're attracting people to you versus outbound marketing, which is more interruption marketing. You're cold messaging, your cold email, your cold calling, all that stuff, your even ads are all interruption marketing as opposed to pull marketing, attraction marketing. And to do that, content was a core piece of that strategy. And this was, I mean, it's such a powerful tool, content creation is, content marketing, that HubSpot was able to build a near $1 billion business based on these principles, okay? So I became a HubSpot value-added reseller. We started using content, creating blogs and for different businesses and our business as well. And we saw the power of how that could attract business to us. And the leads and the phone calls that we had with people, that our clients had with people, were warm leads. They were good sales conversation, easier to close. So I saw the power of how creating content could do that, okay? So we were crushing it again, you know, another mid-six-figure business. We're doing really well. And then another, Google strikes again, right? And they this time they updated the Penguin, or the Panda algorithm, which is more going after the actual content. So again, I think our content was decent, but it wasn't as in-depth as what Google was looking for. So we were creating this keyword optimized content, and it was ranking and all that. And then again, a lot of our clients lost the ranking. Long story short, we kind of figured out what to do, and we started getting good results again. But really, that whole experience put a lot of damage on my partnership. And so we broke up the partnership. I took a little break from being an entrepreneur and went and got a job. Absolutely hated it. I was stuck under fluorescent lights all day, just, you know, hating life, really. So got fired from that the right before Thanksgiving, and I started my new agency. And again, I used content to build that agency to another mid-six figures. I got crushed by COVID, and now here we are again. But again, it all comes back to content creation. The principles are still valid, but the format and the approach, the strategy has changed a little bit. But content creation has always been and will always be a game changer for your business. It's a way for you to really start to build that connection with your audience, start to show them that you are the authority and that your system actually works and that you can get them real results, okay? So that's why I want to show you today the exact 3 types of content that you need to be creating on Facebook right now to actually do this, to move your business forward. So before I show you that, how many times, I want to know, how many times a week are you guys posting on Facebook? Is it once per week? Is it, you know, a couple of times a day? Is it once per month? Is it every other week? How often are you posting on Facebook? Drop that in the comments if you don't mind. And while you guys do that, I'm going to open up my training here for the day, and we'll jump into it. So let me know how many times you're posting on Facebook. All right? Okay. So can everybody see my screen? Somebody give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Anybody. All right, I'm going to take a drink while y'all give me a 1 so I know you can see my screen. All right, cool. Somebody gave me a 1. Awesome. All right, so you can see my screen. All right, so these are the only 3 types of content that you need to fill your calendar with high-quality sales calls and actually get high-ticket clients using Facebook, okay? So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go through these different types, and then I'm gonna open up some examples of each so you can actually see these in action. Now, to be totally transparent with you guys, there are some of these types of content that I still kind of struggle with that I am really I'm working on getting better at these. And as I learn these things and get better at these different strategies, I'm going to teach you what I'm learning, okay? So the first one we're going to go through is content to connect, okay? So for people to buy, why do we need content to connect with people? Well, first of all, for people to buy from you, they must know you, they must like you, and that's the first step for them to start to want to purchase from you, okay? So you must connect with your prospects by showing them who you are, okay? You must connect by showing them what you've been through, your journey, and then what you've learned on that journey, and then finally all the achievements that you can celebrate together with your audience, okay? So to do this, I came up with a framework called the LOVE framework. And this is basically just an acronym that stands for, first of all, L is lifestyle, O is outcomes, V is value, and E is engagement. Okay, so just remember love and then lifestyle, outcomes, value, engagement. Okay, so now let's open up a couple examples for each of these. And remember, this type of content is for us to connect with our audience. Okay, so a lot of this is going to be posted on your profile, this stuff to connect. Okay, so I'm going to scroll through here. I saved some posts for you guys. So here's a couple of the lifestyle posts, okay? So here's one that I did a mission trip back in, I can't remember exactly when it was, I think maybe 2014, something like that, 2015. It's been a while, I need to go on another one, I loved it. But this gives you an idea of my faith. You know, I'm a Christian and it's very important to me. So that shows that, you know, my belief system, if you are a Christian, maybe you'll connect with me on that. If you're not, maybe you'll be turned off from it, but I want people to know who I am. So that's a way for me to show people who I am, and if they feel the same way, then that might be an in for them to connect with me, okay? Another one is I'm a big traveler. I love to travel. Me and my dad go on these trips every year. We tried to till COVID hit, and then we got that kind of screwed things up. We're actually going to Antarctica in December, which I'm pretty excited about. But this is a big part of me. I love to travel, and so I just took a trip to Europe. I just got back a couple of weeks ago. We went to Croatia, Greece, Turkey, and Italy. And so, you know, did I get a lot of comments or engagement on this? No, not so much. This is one of the ones that I really need to work on, is showing more of my lifestyle. I'm more of a private person, so, you know, this is a little bit more difficult for me, but it's something I'm working on. And as I learn how to get better at this, I'll show you what I'm doing, okay? So those are my 2 lifestyle posts, okay? And then the next one we're going to look at is we're going to show you our outcomes, okay? So these outcomes can be your outcomes as you go through your journey if you don't have any case studies and stuff like that yet. It can be your clients' outcomes, which is also a great thing to share. But this is basically showing results. Outcomes are results, okay? So this is just an example of a post that I did showing all the people that were responding really positively to my outreach. You know, look at all this, hey, automation or VA, either way, it's gold. That has me laughing so hard. Best message ever, blah, blah, blah. So I got 102 comments on this. So again, when you get comments, when you get likes and loves on your post, you're training the algorithm to show those people that are engaging with your content more of your content. So if you can get more engagement, they're going to see more of your posts, okay? So, is my mic not sounding good? Well, hold on one second. Let me see if I can fix that. You're right. You are right, sir.
Well, that sucks. Hope y'all could hear me the whole time. I hope that's better. Is that better? I just changed my mic, so hopefully that's a little bit better. All right, so, okay. Sorry, I hope you guys could hear that. That sucks that was you couldn't hear it the whole time. Okay. But hopefully you could hear that content. I know that when audio sucks, it's bad. So, all right, cool. Well, we're better now. Okay, so this is outcomes. Just to review, we showed you lifestyle. I showed you a couple of posts, my faith, showing my faith, showing that I like to travel. What are the aspects of your life that you can share with that people might bond with you over? Share that kind of stuff. Talk about it. Write a post about it, okay? All right, so these next ones are outcomes. Again, this is my showing some screenshots from my DM strategy, showing really good responses. I got 102 comments. And again, when you get these engagement, loves, comments, all this stuff, again, you're training the algorithm to show more of your content to the people that are engaging with your posts. Okay, so if you can get more engagement, which we're trying to do on our profile, we can get them to see more of our content. Okay, so that's one of our outcomes posts. This is another one where I have a YouTube channel. I talk a lot about high level, go high level, the tool on there. I hit 1,000 subscribers. And so this is one of the celebrations, one of the outcomes that I had that I wanted to celebrate with people. And again, not a ton of comments, but 49, not bad. That's 49 people that are going to see more of my content potentially. All right, so that's another outcome. The other outcome here, let's see. Let me just reopen it. So this is one where I hit my first 30K month with the new business, and it was a longer post. And this is kind of a mixture of a value post because I kind of teach a little bit in it, but I also showed an outcome, which I was really proud of because that happened fairly quickly. And then I got 70 comments on this. So again, lifestyle, outcome, those are the two that I've showed you so far. And then our next one's going to be value. Okay, so this other one was kind of a value post, and this one is another value post. And this was also a two-step post. If you're familiar with that strategy, a two-step post is basically where you post something that somebody might be interested in, like dangle a carrot in front of them. And then if they're interested in it, you give them a keyword that they can type in the comments, and then that will actually generate engagement, but also tell them they're raising their hand that they're interested in what you have to offer. And then you can transition that into a appointment if it feels right. Okay. So that's what I did here. And I had a little keyword that I wanted people to type in when, if they were interested. Not a ton of engagement, but again, these are 17 people raising their hand, telling me they're interested. Okay. So value post is another one that I really need to get better at. Okay. So lifestyle and value posts, those are things I'm going to be really working on to get my engagement up on that. So, watch out. I'll try to teach you what I can on that. And then we've got engagement. So we've got lifestyle, we've got outcomes, we got value, and now we're going to look at engagement. So let me open up a couple of engagement posts here. So for engagement, we can do a couple of things. We can either just go for straight engagement like this one. Let me see if so where it says, hey, who here is using LinkedIn for prospecting? So it's just asking a question that is going to get a response. It could be really anything. It doesn't have to be about your business or anything like that. But what we're trying to do is just get people to engage with that post. We're trying to get that to get as much engagement as possible. And we can, again, prime the algorithm that way to show more of your content to the people that are engaging with it. Okay, so we got 97 comments on that one. Let me see if I can open up this other post. This one was an actual two-step. Why is it not opening? Well, let me see if I can get this to open. Let me close these out here. Don't know why this is not opening. Okay, so this is what happened? Let me go back here. Sorry, just one second. Let me okay. So this is an example of a two-step that went really well. So this was to get engagement, but to get engagement for people that were interested in what I have to offer. So my strategy here is I posted this on my profile. and it's a script and a strategy that generated 87 appointments and $105,000 in 30 days. And comment below if they're interested. It got 218 comments. And what I do with these two-step posts on my profile typically is I drive them into my Facebook group. So I get them to raise their hand, then I reach out, send them a link to my group, they join the group, and then that's where I can nurture the actual relationship. And I'm going to show you nurture content now. Okay, so we went through the different types of content to connect. Now let's talk a little bit about content to nurture. So why do we need content to nurture? Okay, so for the people to buy from us, again, they must trust that we can help them solve their problems, right? They must also logically see that the outcome that they desire is possible using the system that you have to offer, okay? And they believe, you need to help make them believe that your plan is the best and fastest way to help them get there, okay? So that's how we're going to nurture these relationships and get them to purchase from us, okay? So I want to open up a couple of our nurture content, okay? So the first one I want to show you here is our welcome post funnel, okay? So this is another one I could be doing a better job at. I should have one single funnel that I know that's proven to work to actually generate clients and just funnel them directly into that. So right now I have a bunch of different directions they can go. These are all different funnels that they can go through. They can, download some different lead magnets. It's very helpful. It's a ton of resources. If you haven't gone through this, go check it out and grab it, because I'll probably take it down soon. But it's leading them all in all different directions. It's not a singular funnel that I know works to get clients. So that's one thing that I could be doing here, and I'll probably change this very soon. But if you have a welcome post, try to funnel them through your system using a very linear path to downloading some kind of freebie, and then having like a VSL on the next page to get them to book a call. Okay, so create a welcome post, tag your new members in it, and that's another way for them to get into your funnel to book phone calls. Okay, so that's one of the nurture content. The other one here is, so in my guide section, some of my best training I add to the different guides here. And so these are all just basically what I call core pillar. Let me go here. So core pillar trainings. So my core pillar trainings is, I have like 4 or 5 core pillars to my program. Offer creation. So we help people create an irresistible offer so that when they have sales calls with their potential clients, it's really hard for those potential clients to say no because the offer is so good. So we help them dial that in. The next thing that we do is we help them set up their done for you high level snapshot, which is basically all the funnels, the nurturing sequences, the calendars, the outreach templates, all that kind of stuff is already built in this snapshot that we hand them. And then we do an onboarding call to help them set it up. Next thing we do is help them create this content machine that we're going through now, and give them all the templates and the scripts and everything to create their content up front. So they have all that content created. And really 90% of the content they'll ever need is created up front. So we help them to do that. And then we help them implement our authority messenger playbooks to actually, now that we've built authority with our content, we want to take that to the instant message, or take that to messenger and turn them into appointments. So that's the next thing that we do. And then finally, we show them how to start launching these live trainings, these core trainings, and promote them so that more people see them. So those are my pillars. And so the way I teach in my program is you map out those pillars in the offer creation section. And then once we have those core pillars, then we can create the trainings. And then we rotate through those trainings and we add some of the other types of live streams to kind of create variation. Okay. So we have our core pillar trainings that we just rotate through. Then we have our case study interviews. So if we have clients that have done really well, then we'll jump on an interview with those guys, interview them, kind of talk about their journey and talk about the different belief systems that they had beforehand and how we crushed those belief systems, which is a big part of getting to people to buy from you. And then interviews with other experts. If you want to help your audience, your group to get a better result, interview experts out there and really show them, that you have connections in the industry, that your whole thing is about helping people. So we've got a whole guide section with a lot of this type of content in here. So go check that out if you haven't done it yet. And you can get an idea of how I structure some of these live trainings. And then our final section here is content to convert. Okay, not our final section. We're going to talk about promotion too. So why do we need content that converts? So to convert a prospect to a customer, you must give them a reason to buy now. Okay, so now we've built up all this goodwill, this authority with our audience. Now we got to give them a reason to buy. Okay, so there's a couple of different ways that we do this. We have direct two-step posts. These are two-step posts that are meant to be more direct about working with you and buying what you have to offer, your big core offer. So let's take a look at one of those that has worked really well for us recently. So we did before I went to Europe, I actually did a scholarship where I gave away one scholarship. This created 99 comments, and then I was able to reach out to the people that said they were interested in getting the scholarship, because I gave away a actual free access to it, and I gave them a slightly a little bit of a deal on getting in the program. And I was able to, I think, sell like 10 of my program that way. Okay, so this was a more direct two-step. So that's an example of a direct two-step. The next one is a webinar. So one of my plans to do very soon is actually create a perfect webinar for my entire program. And if you know the perfect webinar script from Russell Brunson, create that webinar and then go live into the group, maybe promote it a little bit with ads, and then try to sell the program that way. Okay, so that's one thing that you can do if you have a group. Even if you don't have a group, you can create obviously a webinar to generate more business and convert people into clients. And then a lot of people are doing challenges, workshops, and boot camps. So we did an example. I'll show you an example of a boot camp that I did on LinkedIn events. So that's not what I'm looking for. Well, basically there's a post on Facebook that you can go find where and this is the training we did. So we did a training. This is an example of a webinar actually. So we did kind of a training / webinar that then promoted a paid workshop that people paid to get into, to learn how to use LinkedIn events to book more appointments. So that is an example of a kind of a workshop / webinar. The webinar was to get people to buy the workshop, and then they purchased the workshop or the boot camp, and then we trained them on how to get more appointments with LinkedIn. So that is an example of, the content that converts. Now, all this content is great, but if nobody actually sees the content, then it's really worthless. Okay, so we got to know how to promote this. So why do we need distribution and promotion? So you must get your content in front of as many people in your target audience as possible. Even if you have the best content in the world and nobody sees it, your content is worthless. Okay, so we got to get more eyeballs on your content. So I'm going to show you. So this is basically my live stream content or planning and content creation. And I know a lot of you guys have seen this in action. You've seen DMs from me telling you that I'm going live. You've seen my events that I've invited you to. You've seen, maybe you came in from email. This is my entire live training and promotion and content creation SOP. And this is what our coaching clients get to help them to promote their content. So this is what I go through whenever I go through one of these trainings. And it looks like a lot, but it's actually not that bad at all. Once you've got it in this format, like a little checklist, you can quickly and easily go through all this and get it done. I do it myself. So it's not that bad. It looks like a lot, but it's not. Okay, so I'm going to give you some little tips here to help you to, first of all, train the algorithm to get more engagement on your posts. This is one way that we can kind of promote our content. So more engagement equals more reach. More reach means more eyeballs on your content and more people raising their hand saying they're interested, more DM conversations, and more appointments. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do is we want to curate our friends list. So there is a 5,000 friend limit on Facebook. What we want to do is we want to get as close to that 5,000 friends as possible. And then each month we want to curate that friends list by 10%. And we want to remove people that are not in our target audience, that are deactivated accounts, that are old friends that are not in our target audience, or newer friends, or anybody that's really not engaging with our content. And so the idea is that we're going to start trimming back the people that are in our friends list that are not in our target audience and not engaging with our content. And ultimately, we're going to add people back on top of that and try to get more and more of a higher percentage of people that are in our friends list that are engaging with our content and seeing more of our content because of that. Okay. So that's one thing we want to do. Then we want to make sure that we're sending 30 to 50 friend requests a day to people that are in our target audience only. So we want to make sure that they are qualified and they are people that are in our target audience. Send them 30 to 50 friend requests a day. So we're building up our audience of people that are in our target market. Sorry. Then we want to engage with these new friends. So the people that actually accept your friend request. Every morning, what I do is I kind of prime the algorithm, especially on days I want to post content. I'm going to go in and I'm going to find my recently added friends, and I'm going to go like or love a few of their posts, and then I'm going to comment on their posts. Okay. And that, a lot of times, if you ask a question in those comments, they're going to reply back. And then that is, again, giving points to the algorithms that says, hey, these two people are friends. They need to see each other's content. Okay. So we're priming the algorithm. Then we're going to use the love framework to post content that gets engagement. Okay. So if you use that love framework to create connection and get engagement, now we're giving even more points to the algorithm because people are engaging with our content. We're also increasing our percentage of engagement on our friends list. And so Facebook's going to start to see you as a influencer, as a person that creates content that people are interested in. It's going to show more of your content. Okay. Then what we want to do, another thing we want to do is we want to use favored platform features to your advantage. And this is another thing that I should work on. I do a pretty good job at Facebook profile. I do a pretty good job at Facebook group. And group events is a very powerful tool because you can invite 500 people a day to your group event once you create it. They have to be members of your group, but you can invite 500 members a day. So I can invite everybody to my group to see that event. That's another way to promote my content. And then Facebook Reels. Facebook Reels is probably the feature right now that's the hottest. And so if you can use these features to your advantage and promote the content, the other content you're doing, like this live training, then you can get more people to come and watch your training and get more people to engage and then reach out to those people. Okay. Also add channels to expand your reach. So do you have an email list? Promote your live trainings to your email list. And I do that every day. I send text and email every time I go live on these trainings to get people to come and watch my training. Messenger. So the people that have raised their hands that showed they're interested on the 2 steps that I've posted, or the relevant value posts that I posted around the training that I'm going to be doing that week, I built a list using a tool called Unipro. If you want to know about Unipro, let me know and I'll reach out to you, and I can share my affiliate link if you guys don't mind using it. But basically, I build a list of all those people that have engaged with my content, and then I can send them a message through Messenger automatically and get them to and remind them that I'm going live in a few hours or whatever on the day of. I can also tag those people on my post, the training post, which a lot of you have seen that today. There's actually a new thing. A lot of you probably saw this today. I don't know when this came out, but if you're in a Facebook group and you use mention like the @ symbol and everyone, you can tag everyone in your group now on a post. And I think like 10 people did it to me today, and I did it. So you're going to see a lot of that coming up. And then I use StreamYard. So right now I'm using a tool called StreamYard. I'm going live on Facebook. I'm going live on YouTube, and I'm going live on LinkedIn. So this is giving me more reach with my content that people that aren't, following me in my Facebook group can now see me on my YouTube channel. They can see me on LinkedIn. It's just getting more eyeballs on my content. Okay. And then other social channels, you can expand to TikTok, you can expand to Instagram. We're just trying to get, again, as many eyeballs watching these trainings as possible, because that's showing people that your system will work for them. Okay. And then you want to be persistent. Again, I showed you my promotion SOP here. So that some of the stuff's what I'm doing pre-promotion. And then I'm encouraging you guys to engage on my live trainings. So that's going to create more engagement on this post. More people are going to see that because of it. You're going to see more of my content in this group content because you're engaging with that. And so that is another thing that we're always thinking about the algorithm. Okay. And then post promotion. What am I going to do after I get off this training? Well, I'm going to download this recording. I'm going to add it to a funnel, and then I'm going to send that replay to my list. And on that funnel, there's an opportunity for them to book a phone call. And then I'm also going to reach out to everybody that wants this replay, and I'm going to start a conversation with you. Okay. So look out for that. It's coming. So that is basically how the 3 types of content that you should be creating on Facebook. And then not only do we want to create that content, but we want to be thinking about how we're going to promote that content. Okay. So that is basically my content framework. Now I know that we went through a lot today. And if you don't have an easy to follow process for creating all this content, if you don't have an automated system or process for promoting this content, I know this can look overwhelming and sound overwhelming. But the way that the blueprint that we give our clients and how we actually structure creating this content and the systems that we help our clients or hand our clients and the SOPs and process we have in place that we also hand our clients allows you to create this content one time. Okay, up front, do it quickly, and now you've got all your content created. Then we give you the exact processes and systems to promote that content. So it's very easy for you to kind of maintain that and promote your content. And so that is how we're able to get high ticket clients and how our clients are able to get high ticket clients using these content frameworks. Okay, so if you want to go deeper and learn how you can implement this type of content framework into your business, and you want to learn how you can also promote this type of content to get more people to raise their hand and say they're interested in what you have to offer, to help you to have better DM conversations and book more phone calls, and then even have easier sales conversations, then let me know if you're interested. Drop an interested in the comments below. Myself or somebody from my team will reach out to you and book a phone call with you. And on that call, we're going to take a look at where you are now. Okay. We're going to also take a look at where you want to be. And then we're going to look at what's in the way of you getting there. And then we're going to help you to create a clear roadmap on what you need to be doing right now to hit the goals that you're looking for. So right now, I'm only taking 10 of these calls per week. So right now we have 8 slots left next week. So if you want one of those slots, they go pretty quickly after these trainings. So let me know that you're interested. You can either drop interested into the comment section or you can DM me. And these are first come, first serve. So once they're gone, slots are filled. I'm not taking any more calls. So if you want to gain some real momentum in your business and you want to learn these strategies, not only the content strategies, but how to dial in your offer, how to have better messenger conversations that lead to appointments and get more sales, then type interested into the comments or DM me and let me know you're interested. Now, with all that said, I'll open it up for Q&A. Does anybody have any questions? I'll kind of scroll through here and see if there's any questions. Okay. All right. Yeah, I can see how the tagging everyone is kind of, it can be annoying because I got it done like 5 times to me today. So I might not use that one so much. Probably just be tagging the people that have shown some interest. Okay. Why StreamYard? So there are other tools out there that people use. There's StreamYard, there's Restream, which is great. It's just, I like StreamYard. It's easy. I can stream on multiple channels at once. OBS is another one that is basically more open source. So you download it on your computer, but it's a little bit harder to get set up. But once you get it set up, it's pretty cool. And it's got a lot more functionality than something like StreamYard. But StreamYard's great. That's what I use. And that's what a lot of other people that I know use. Any other questions? I jumped on the call and work with Ron Melling. Is a real deal and very knowledgeable. Oh man, I wish I could see who that is. I appreciate that, man. That's awesome. Thank you. I can't see who's actually commenting, but I really appreciate that. Anybody else got any questions? All right. I hope that you guys thought this was valuable. Again, if you're interested in that call, type interested or DM me and let me know. Otherwise, I will see you guys next week. And thank you for spending your time with me. I really appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Talk to you soon.